Welcome to Relevant Happenings. In this video, we'll look at latest relevant current affairs. We'll see about new set of Vande Bharat trains announced to cover the entire country. Next, we'll see about Japan's aerospace mission to bring soil from Mars moon. We'll also see about new hand grenade handed over to Indian Army along with many other relevant happenings. So let's begin. Beginning with the first topic. A grenade is an explosive weapon that is typically thrown by hand. It comes very handy during on-ground combat. So far, the Indian Armed Forces were using grenades whose technology dates back to World War I. The consignment of multi-mode hand grenades were handed over to the Indian Army at a function in Nagpur. This is also the first instance of ammunition being manufactured by the private industry in India. These new multi-mode hand grenades will replace grenade number 36 of World War I vintage design, which has been continuing in service till date. The first batch of 1 lakh privately made in India modern hand grenades were handed over to the Indian Army by Economic Explosives Limited, which is a Nagpur-based private company. Now let's look at the next relevant happening. For the overall welfare of crores of unorganized workers of the country, the government will launch eShram portal, national database after 7 decades of independence. The eShram portal aims to be a single point reference that will help authorities to reach out and track the unorganized workers and other welfare schemes in times of crisis like the ones happened after nationwide lockdown was imposed. As per estimates, around 92% of India's workforce out of 500 million is unorganized, and as a result, they are often deprived of minimum wages and any form of social security. Hence, this portal will bring millions of unorganized workers in the country on a common platform. Now moving ahead to the next relevant happening, the 11th most populous country in the world, Japan, plans to bring back soil samples from moon surface of Mars by 2029. The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency plans to launch Martian Moon Explorer in year 2024 to land on the Martian moon Phobos. This mission is being progressed in order to collect 10 grams of soil and bring it back to Earth in 2029. By studying the soil samples in Phobos moon, the scientists hope of learning about the evolution of Martian biosphere, and the scientists also believe that any life forms that might have come from Mars would have died due to the harsh solar and cosmic radiation on Phobos. So scientists have planned to collect and study soil samples of moon of Mars and learn about existence of life there. Now moving ahead to the next happening, Indore in Madhya Pradesh, which is cleanest city of India, recently became India's first Water Plus city under Swachh Sarvekshan 2021. But now it's time to talk about Andhra Pradesh, that has become first state with 3 Water Plus certified cities. The 3 cities awarded are Greater Visakhapatnam Municipal Corporation, Vijayawada Municipal Corporation and Tirupati Municipal Corporation. As per the protocol of the Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, a city can only be declared Water Plus certified after it has achieved the status of open defecation free and has also carried out the treatment and management of liquid waste from households, sewers, commercial establishments at a satisfactory level before releasing the treated wastewater to the environment. Swachh Sarvekshan is a part of Swachh Bharat mission. It is conducted as an annual survey of cities across India in terms of sanitation, hygiene and cleanliness. The assessment was started with an aim to lead India towards a clean and open defecation-free country by October 2019. Now let's find out what is Operation Devi Shakti. An Air India flight 1956 carrying 78 passengers including 25 Indian citizens arrived in New Delhi from Tajikistan's Dushanbe. This operation was conducted by Indian Air Force and is named as Operation Devi Shakti. Also after Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan, World Bank has suspended its aid to Afghanistan region. The World Bank said that it is deeply concerned by the situation in Afghanistan and the impact on the country's development prospect, especially regarding women's rights. The World Bank is closely monitoring and assessing the situation in line with its internal policies and procedures. Meanwhile, India has announced that all Afghan nationals travelling to India must travel only on e-visa. Now, Afghan nationals willing to travel to India may apply for an e-visa at the official website. The officials of the ministry have said that all Afghans, irrespective of their religion, can apply for the travel document. Moving ahead, for the first time, Indian Army has promoted 5 women officers to Colonel time scale rank. The Indian Army Selection Board promoted 5 women officers to Colonel rank after the completion of 26 years of service. Earlier, only women officers serving in the Army Educational Corps, Judge Advocate General, and the Army Medical Corps were applicable for promotion to the Colonel timescale rank. So, the rise in promotion avenues to more branches of Indian Army is a direct reflection of increasing career opportunities for women officers. Along with permanent commission to women officers and allowing women to appear for NDA exams are steps of the Indian Army towards a gender neutral army. Government has announced that 75 new Vande Bharat Express trains will connect every corner of the country in 75 weeks of the Amrit Mahotsav of Independence. These trains will run in addition to the Indian Railways, two existing Vande Bharat Express trains. One of them runs on Varanasi-Delhi route and the second one on the Katra-Delhi route. The Shatabdi type semi-high-speed trains already have amenities like onboard infotainment, GPS-based passenger information system, CCTV cameras, automatic sliding doors with retractable coach footsteps and zero-discharge vacuum-based biotoilets. The new improved features on these Vande Bharat trains will include 4 emergency windows for easy evacuation of passengers in case of emergencies. Also, these new trains will be provided with higher flood protection underframe equipment to ensure reliability during heavy rains. Moving ahead, Ismail Sabri Yaqub is appointed as the new Prime Minister by Malaysia's King Al Sultan Abdullah. Ismail Sabri Yaqub will be sworn in as the country's 9th Prime Minister. Prior to this, Ismail has also served as the Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister of Malaysia. Ismail will be taking charge as PM during time when Malaysia, despite a lockdown and 7-month state of emergency, has been reporting double the number of daily new cases of infections. He'll have a challenge to sort this issue for his countrymen. The capital city of Malaysia is Kuala Lumpur. The currency used in Malaysia is the Malaysian ringgit, formerly known as the Malaysian dollar. Now let us look at the thought of the day. Luck is a dividend of sweat. The more you sweat, the luckier you get. So it's important that one should trust his purpose and process and continue to put in efforts and achieve the goal. So these were the relevant current affairs of today. Hope you find the video informative and useful. To watch more such informative content, kindly subscribe to the channel and follow our regular videos. Thank you.